Shalom, Brother Yashar with another video. Kal, Halal, Yom, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Rakha, Chadash. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in word and doctrine. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Alright, what do we have here today? So this article is entitled Indian Day School Survivors to be Compensated Up to $200K. And when it says the word Indian, it's not talking about the Elamites or the East Indians as you would. And also Indian words means savage, just a little fact. It says here in Ottawa, the government has reached a proposed settlement with former Indian Day School students that would compensate each survivor $10,000. Crown Indigenous Relations Minister Carolyn Bennett announced Tuesday. And that's how fucked things are, because, like, she looks like an Edomite, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is what it is. You have other nations handling the affairs of Israel. That's just goes in hand with how backwards the society is. Those who experience physical and sexual abuse at the schools are also eligible for additional compensation of between $50,000 and $200,000 based on severity. I learned recently that in Canada we have 3 different types of sexual assault. You know, they're not going to just outright say rape or whatever. They're going to say Type 1 or Type 2 or Type 3. Type 3 being the most severe. Correct me if I am wrong though. Bennett called the proposed agreement a historic step forward, adding Canada is committed to righting historical wrongs in the spirit of reconciliation. Which is a hypocritical thing to say. That's why I believe she's an Edomite, because there's no way that it's possible for the Edomites that stole this land from Gad to restore historical wrongs. Alright, there is no spirit of reconciliation found in Edomites or their doctrine. This agreement will bring us one step closer to a lasting and meaningful resolution for survivors of this dark and tragic chapter in Canada's history, Bennett said. Which is impossible, because we all know that you can't use a carnal tactic to deal with something of the spiritual, right? It's impossible. Money can't change the fact that you have Gadites, alright, you have Gadites that have been wronged in the most gruesome ways, and you're just going to give them $50,000 to $200,000, $10,000, like, money can't change the fact that it happened. So, there's more. Oh, okay, never mind, that's something else. Alright, so, let's get some scriptures, okay? This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. So we can't feel too much sympathy for the fact that Gad went through this, because just like all of Israel, we've all gone off. Alright, I know we want to relate to Gad, but the fact of the matter is that they wouldn't be put in this situation had we not gone against Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai. It's like, if this is the Apocrypha, non-verbatim, but if you're playing the flute and the snake is going like this, right? And then all of a sudden you're playing the flute, everything's cool, a whole crowd gathers, everyone's clapping and oohing and awing, and all of a sudden the snake bites the person in the motherfucking neck and they end up dead. No one's gonna pity that person. Alright, so it's just like this. You play in Esau's world, you're going to get Esau's results. Alright, so let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. Alright, who's our enemy? Starting with Esau, the other nations, and the 2/3. Alright, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And this is very spiritual because I learned recently. So I wrote into Google, does iron always rust? And it says here, rust occurs when iron or its alloys, such as steel, corrode. The surface of a piece of iron will begin to corrode first in the presence of oxygen and water. Given enough time, any piece of iron will change entirely into rust and disintegrate. Alright, and what is Now that's just goes into iron. But what does also the iron represent? The Iron Kingdom, and the fact that Esau uses iron to build their skyscrapers. Alright, so it's going, that's like a prophecy within this, is that it's going to fall. Esau's rulership is going to fall. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So it's inevitable that your enemy will show their wickedness. It may not happen immediately, but it will happen. Alright, let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 19 to go into the statement I made where you play in Esau's world, you're gonna get Edomite results. It's because as the scripture is gonna say, Deuteronomy 28 and 19, cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. So as soon as Gad was born, actually I'm going to take it a step further. As soon as any Israelite is born, we're automatically cursed because of the fact that we sinned against the Most High. Alright, so when you hear stories about Indian day school students getting sexually assaulted and raped and etc., and then being compensated money, which this isn't real currency, this is fiat currency. It's not gold or silver. It's like a slap and spit in the face because Esau's always been doing this to Gad, man. They're always trying to give us a blanket. They're always trying to give Gad a blanket full of smallpox. Always, man. Like, are you kidding me? This is such a slap in the face, but you're gonna have Gadites that are like, okay. And then not knowing that they're cursed, the money's gonna be like a bag with holes at the bottom. And it's just going to dwindle and dwindle and dwindle until they're in a lower estate than they were before. So this is Deuteronomy, this is Lamentations 4 and 17. As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. Vain useless is a synonym for that. So, as for us, our eyes has yet failed for our useless help. Why? Because in our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. Esau cannot save us at all. Esau can give us back all the reparations they want. It's just, it won't work because that's attacking a spiritual cause from a carnal point of view. And everything is spiritual. So with that, I hope this video, actually, I could take it a step further. Let's take it a step further. So we're going to go into, bear with me, Alkion. We're going to go into Genesis 49 and 19. It says here, Gad, a tribe of Israel, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. And what is the troop? If we go into the word troop, to play this. Gedud. Alright, so it translates to a band, troop, marauding band. But what I was paying attention to was an army, band of men, company, troop of robbers. And Esau stole this land. So it's all connected, it's all prophecy, but all I know is this. Alright, let's get this. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. All I know is this, okay? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh B'Shem Yashai, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Alright, that's really it. So, with that, Akim, I hope you brothers were edified. Shalom.